when you're in debt. It really affects your mental state when you know you're struggling, okay? 15% of it is the length of credit history. All right, so this one is, I want to talk about this one. All right, credit history. Age matters. So when you guys can get a credit card, all credit cards are not bad. I want to say that. It is not bad to have a credit card or two, okay? Long as you're paying on it and you're keeping your utilization low, all right? It's okay to have a credit card, okay? The truth is you want to, because you want to establish age of it. So in other words, so say you got a credit card today, the age of that credit starts today. When your age is young, you are like a baby. Who trusts a baby? But they trust an adult. Does that make sense? So the longer you have your credit history, the older, the more mature you are, the more trustworthy you are. And that means your credit score actually goes up. So that's what I was saying. Even if it's low, other things can help bring it up. Your age is one. I'll give you a scenario. This true story. When I was in college, remember I said don't get the charge card every time you go in the store? I was doing that. I didn't know. I was young. I didn't know. And so I got a JCPenney card and I bought some clothes, whatever it was. And eventually I paid it off. But I never used it anymore. In my mind, because I was so bad in debt. That's why I had to learn, because when you go through something, you learn better so you can do better. And so once I got myself out of debt and I paid off all of my credit cards, in my mind, I had a celebration. I had a cut party. I was like, woo, cut the card, woo, woo. I got rid of that debt. The thing is, I never used the card anymore. And I never charged with JCPenney anymore, because in my mind, I'm not going back there. I'm not getting back in debt with JCPenney, right? But what happened is I had the card for so long, over 20 years now, never using it. 20 years, over 15 years or so, never using it. And all of a sudden I check my credit all the time. I went from 8 something to low 7s. I said, what's going on? Why is my credit score in the 7s now? What happened to my pretty 800 whatever? And so I looked at the record and I realized JCPenney closed the account because I never used the card. And they never told me they were gonna do that. They just closed it. I didn't get a letter in the mail, because if they would have told me they were gonna close it, I would have went to JCPenney and bought a pair of shoes and paid it off. I would have, used the card. I would have paid for the shoes with the JCPenney card, and then I would have took out my debit card and I would have paid it off right then and there, just to have a record of paying with my JCPenney card. Y'all can do that, by the way. You can do that. Okay, pay for it with a card, pay it off right away. You can do that. There's no limits. All right. If I had known they were gonna do that, I would have just went and bought something at JCPenney, something cheap, bubble gum. I don't care, candy. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay, shoes for my kids, and just paid it off. But because that was the oldest card I ever had, that was my first credit card, it dropped my age by a few years. So now where I was 25 years old, I was now 21 years old, because they closed that JCPenney account. Does that make sense?